Okay, everyone, thank you for coming out tonight. My name is John Johnson. I am going to go ahead and go through this presentation, Sales 101. I'm very excited as far as what we're doing with RNetwork. I can tell you right now, it's been, a week and a half, and our team already has probably a little north of 2,200 people signed up officially in the RNetwork, and we haven't even opened up many countries yet. Those countries will be opened and announced, and we'll get into that a little bit later, and I'll make some announcements on Facebook. But it's amazing that we just have a small part of the world open right now with a lot more coming, and we already have a few thousand members just in a soft launch. So this is something that I believe will build very strong, very quickly. But the more skills we have as a team and the more we listen to each other, the better it will become for all of us. So really quick question. In fact, I'm going to ask a few questions right now and a lot of questions tonight. So first question, have you guys ever used a coupon? Just think about that. You don't have to answer it. Has anyone on this call ever waited until Black Friday to go Christmas shopping? Has anybody purchased an item because it was on sale? Has anybody wanted to find a better deal from what they have now? And I mean, just think about all of these questions, because one thing we're going to talk a lot about tonight is a product that saves people money and ways to approach people with this business opportunity, with this product, and everything like that. So really quick here, and I'm going to go ahead and mute everybody. Keep getting feedback here. First slide. So I know a lot of us, we want to share things. We get really excited. We get emotional about it. Everything's going really well. And we say this, we say that. And I always tell people, you know, do not, what I like to call it, do not throw up on people. You've got to understand what they're hearing, not just what you're saying. And I'll get into that a lot tonight. But think of these two questions before I play the short 15-second clip. You like saving money? Of course we do. You like being sold? Nobody does. Okay? So when we present this opportunity or present this product to other individuals, we cannot make that individual feel like he or she is being sold. Because if you feel like you're being sold, how do you react? Okay, you're going to react the same way they react. Okay, so we're going to talk a lot about that as well. So really quick, this is just a nice little example of what I hear when people are selling me something and I know I'm being sold. This is what it sounds like. Okay, so hopefully I made my point with that, right? It also sounds like that when people present something and it takes them 20 minutes to get into what they're presenting, or 30 minutes or whatever. Right now, we live in a day and age where things are at our fingertips. People want information now. They can get it quickly. They can easily click a button, hang up on a call. They can tune you out, zone you out as quickly as you can speak, okay? So what we need to teach people is what we have, what makes us unique, and how to present it correctly, okay? So this slide, I've used this before in a lot of other things, and part of this call, I want to resolve concerns. So the biggest concern you're going to run into is this one right here, okay? And then I'll tell you a quick story. 15 years ago, I left the industry of network marketing. I was actually at a company for 2 months, and they're still around. I won't say who they are. I was there for 2 months, and I was invited to be on the advisory board. I had barely met these people, and I had no background at all in network marketing, none. Okay, but I had a background in sales and being an entrepreneur. They saw what I was able to do, and they invited me to be on the advisory board. I turned them down. Why? It was a great opportunity. I was the 8th person in the company, 8. Right now they have a few million. Okay, had I stayed, I would have made a fortune. Why did I leave? Because it's the same thing here on the right. I did not feel that the average person can make money in it. At some point, you've got to sleep at night, right? And I couldn't sleep at night. I saw the plan. I saw the product, great product, but I thought, man, this is going to be very difficult for the average person to make money. And boy, is that true. 87 days is the average span of the life of a distributor in a typical MLM when the product cannot stand by itself. Because if people don't make or save as much as they're paying, they won't stay. That's just the hard truth. And not everybody is an entrepreneur. Okay, everybody is at different levels, which is why we have trainings like this. So the first thing we need to realize when we present this to people, we're not presenting what's on the right. We're presenting what's on the left. Okay, and you need to know that, and you need to own it, and you need to know for sure for yourself that we're presenting what's on the left, and you need to know the difference between what's on the left and what's on the right. Because how can you explain it to somebody if you don't know the difference yourself? Okay, $38. What does $38 get you? Get you a discount card, or sorry, a discount card with a revvcard, a discount app, a digital bank account, travel deals once they come, additional products and services once they come, an opportunity to build a business for less than $50 a month. A lot of different things. $38 there is tremendous value in what we have, so own it. Okay? Don't let people talk to you and say, oh, you know what, and discourage you, things of that sort. No. This is so much better than anything you've ever seen or I've ever seen. Own it. Know what you have. Know what the value is. Then present it confidently when you go talk to people about it. Okay, because you've got something special here. Okay, 110% insured cryptocurrency wallet and exchange. What's going to happen when the crypto wallet comes out? Would you pay $38 a month to have your cryptocurrency fully insured? Right? Ask yourself that question. Ask people this question. Would you pay $38 a month to know you're safe? How big are insurance companies? How many people pay for insurance on several different items? Okay. Would you do that? Would you pay $38 to be able to trade cryptocurrency for $1 per trade? Would you pay $38 a month to be able to cash cryptocurrency out for a flat rate of $5.95? Would you pay $38 for that? Would you pay $38 for all of the above and the opportunity to make commission on top of that? That's what we've got here, guys. We have tremendous value for $38. $38 is nothing compared to the value that we have. We have a true standalone products with an S, okay? And we want to lead with the first product we have, which is a discount app. But before we do that, we need to know our customers, right? How in the world can I present something or sell something if I don't know my customers? And what does that mean? In sales, we talk a lot about demographics. Okay, who are my customers? Who am I selling to? I'm selling to discount shoppers, couponers. I'm selling to cryptocurrency enthusiasts. I'm selling to the average person who wants to save money. And I'm selling to network marketers and business owners. All these people are different. Some of them can intersect or whatever. So let's start with discount shoppers. How many people on this call, and again, don't answer, but how many people on this call have taken my advice over the last couple of days and gone online and searched for blogs for discount shopping, YouTube channels or videos for discount shopping, any kind of chat places for discount shopping, networks, clubs, anything for discount shoppers? How many of us have done that? Okay, why would you want to do that? Because what you want to do is you want to build a rapport with those individuals. And then once you receive your app, you want to use it, you want to show them your savings, you want to brag about your savings, and you want to retail the app to these individuals after you see that it works for yourself. You can get 10 in the pen just off of the discount shoppers and couponers. That's it, 10 in the pen just off of them. But you've got to put a little bit of grease into it, right? Elbow grease, right? Pick up a shovel and work a little bit. Get to know your customers. Get to know what they're doing. And then go in there and present this product, not necessarily the opportunity. Lead with the product. And then you can tell them, oh, by the way, there's a commission on top of this. Right? So get in there and build a rapport. I would not lead with the product right now in a group like that. Why? Because you don't have the product. You haven't used it yet. Get your own testimonial of it, believe in it, then lead with the product. But get in there and join these groups. There are tons of them. Our friend Google, I went to Google, I found it. I only searched for like 15 minutes. I found a ton of places. Okay, do yourself a favor and do that. Cryptocurrency enthusiasts, this is for when the card comes out. The mere fact that our cryptocurrency is going to be insured 100% or 110%, that right there will bring over tons of people in cryptocurrency. You know how many times people have been hacked? You know, that deal with Canada where the individual passed away and nobody could get in and get their money. Okay, the insurance alone, we're not even talking about the savings yet and how quickly most things of that sort. Okay, we're just talking about the insurance. Get involved and join some cryptocurrency chat rooms, groups, and just build a rapport. And when the card comes out, use it, fall in love with it, and share it with your new friends in those crypto groups. Then your 10 will turn into probably 20, 30, 40, 50, who knows how many people. These are just, and these don't cost you any money at all. These suggestions are free, okay? The average person who wants to save. So I can get 10 in the pen just off of discount shoppers. I can get 10 in the pen off of cryptocurrency enthusiasts. I can get 10 in the pen with an average person who wants to save. They want to save money, go show them how much money you've saved. And I'm going to show you another slide. This is going to blow your minds. Average people want to save money, okay? Show them how much you're saving. Show them the value of what we've got. And then all of a sudden, you can get 10 in the pen right there. And at this point, I have placed 0 ads. I've spent $0 and 0 cents, and I can get. In fact, I have placed no ads outside of our Facebook page. I've done nothing. Okay, and I probably have 60 years. Well, I don't even know how many people. I've got a lot. Okay, and I could always get a lot more, but right now I've been helping our team, and that's where I want to be right now. I want to help you guys. I want to help you get to that level. But think outside the box a little bit and put some time in it. This is your business. Treat it as such, right? Network marketers, business owners. Let's go to business owners first. Let's go to network marketers last. Business owners. This could be small business owners. Why would I approach business owners? Because they have that entrepreneurial spirit. They're entrepreneurs. They think like entrepreneurs. They own a business for a reason. They think like you do, okay? Show them the value in this. Use a product, show them the savings, show them what they can do, and a lot of them catch say, oh, wow, that's really cool, okay? Another thing for business owners, not just to get 10 in the pen, but also to go out after the cards here and offer it to business owners for their employees. People ask, I had the question the other day, when will that be available? Well, when the card's available, right? So that leads me to my next thing. Before I even get to network marketers, don't jump the gun. Don't put the cart in front of the horse, right? Why in the world would I go out there and start just throwing up on everybody about this card when the card's not out till January? Wouldn't I want to start with the discount shopping since we'll have that within the next week or two? That's what I'm going to lead with. The card's awesome, it's amazing, but once I put together my marketing stuff, I'm leading with the discounts, then I'm going to go into the travel, then I'm going to go into the banking, then I'm going to end with the card. You can put it all together on a timeline in one marketing piece, and that's fine, or you can try different marketing pieces, but I'm not leading with something that won't be available for another 6 months. There's no way I'm going to do that, right? Why? Because it's not available for the next 6 months. Right, I'm going to lead with what I have in my hands right now. I'll lead with that app. I'll use it. If you don't use every single one of these products, how can you honestly sell it? Think about that. How do you sell something you don't use yourself? People can see through you. Don't think they can't. If you're not even using the product and you have no testimonial of it, they'll pick you apart so fast your head will spin. Okay, you can get 10 in the pen just off of any of these network marketers. Now, if I'm targeting network marketers, I'm going to target them a little bit differently. Yeah, but I will still lead with the product. I'll say, hey, check out this product. What do you think about this? And then talk to them about retention and attrition and all the stuff that they understand. Speak their language. Just say, hey, if you have a product this strong, how many of your members do you think you can retain? How quickly do you think you could build this? You're a network marketer. And the first thing, that's what I say, do you know your customers? Who are you talking to? If you're talking to the average person, and think about this right here. If you were to take a poll and ask 100 people, how many of them are network marketers versus how many of them are not network marketers? I bet you less than maybe 5% of them are really fully active in network marketing. So that leaves 95% of the people that are your discount shoppers, your couponers, your cryptocurrency enthusiasts, everybody but network marketers. So am I going to go and approach them the same way I would a network marketer? Of course not. No way. I'm not going to go approach them with the comp plan. They'll show me the front door. Because why? Because they're thinking of what was on the right of that last slide. They're thinking about that. Approach them with the product. Allow the product to sell you, then allow the product to sell them. Don't sell them. Share something that you had. How many of us have went to the store, we purchased an item, we saved a lot of money, and we went and told somebody about it, and then they turned around and did the same thing? Has anyone on this call ever done that? Of course you have, right? We've all done it. We do it all the time. It's human nature. We like to share when we save money. We love that kind of stuff. So why is this any different? Don't make this different. Do not overcomplicate what we're doing here, okay? 95% of the people you talk to, you best well be leading with that product, and you best well have a testimonial of that product yourself. And then if you have that, you're not selling, you're recommending, you're referring. You're telling them, hey, wait till Black Friday to pick this item up. I guarantee almost every single person on this call has seen an item and they'll say, oh man, as soon as that sucker goes on sale, I'm buying it. They wanted it, but they waited till it went on sale, right? I promise you most of us have done that. Okay, so I'm going to pick on a couple of you here in a second. But before I get into that, let's talk about when I build a business. I'm building a business for $38 a month. And I'm going to tell you what the average cost of a business here for a small business. I actually have a slide, believe it or not. But prospecting. Let's talk about prospecting a little bit. Again, prospecting, the first thing in prospecting is being sold yourself. Use the product. It's coming in about a week or two, right? Use it. Fall in love with it. Love it, love it, love it. Then you can prospect. Then you can start referring it to people. Know who you're talking to, right? The networkers, the average person, the crypto enthusiast. Know who you're talking to. So that way you know what to lead with. You know what you're saying. Building trust. Again, let's go back. Join these groups. Join every stinking coupon group you can think of. Get in there and build a rapport and build trust. And think about this. If you can show somebody how much you're saving and you're just recommending something, how much more do they trust you than if you approach them and they feel like you're selling them on something? Okay? Think about that. Identify your clients' needs. Are they people who like to save money? Right? I look at ads on Facebook right now, and I'll read the ad and say something like, "You like to save money? Call me." Well, great, but are you really identifying any clients' needs? No, you're just saying, do you like to save money? Call me. You know, I mean, that kind of stuff, it doesn't work as well. But what if you waited a week or two? Because you don't want to burn through all your people, you know, with mistakes. You want to wait and say, oh my goodness, I just saved X amount of dollars using this amazing discount app. Check this out. Look at this savings. I just bought this item. How cool would it be to go up on Facebook or anywhere and hold up an item that you just bought? I just saved 40% on this item. I just saved 50%, 10%, 5%, 20%. I just saved $20. I just saved $50. Check this out, guys. Oh, you got to get in on this. This is awesome. Ask me how I did it. What's more effective? Do you like to save? Contact me. Or I just saved $75 on this item. Would you like to know how? Check it out. Or not even say, would you like to know how? Just say, hey, call me. I'll tell you. This is so cool, guys. Okay. There's a big difference between that. Be a little patient. Use that product and hammer it home. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. Presentation. When you present, there's the old way to present and there's the new way to present. I posted something on my Facebook page a while back, and it was talking about millennials and the attention spans of people nowadays. You know, I did a presentation last night. I did the full presentation in 30 minutes, and then I hung up, right? How many people listened to it? When I ran the numbers on that, I had almost twice as many views as I had when it went even 40 minutes. Okay. And so, and the one I did that was 2 minutes. I had a ton of views. Within hours, I had just tons and tons of views. 2 minutes. Okay. Get to the point, get in there, hammer it home, show them what you have, show them what it's going to take for them to get in, what's the cost, what are the benefits, talk about everything, and then get out. That's it. It's what people care about nowadays. People are too busy to, and it's not just being busy, it's everything's at our fingertips. The old school way does not work anymore. Or at least, well, it may for some, but it's not as effective to the masses. So you got to learn to present a certain way, and we try to teach you guys how to do that kind of stuff. Answer to objections. So this is where I'm going to call it on a couple of people. I'll start with you, John. John, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here, John.
Okay, perfect. So I want go ahead and start with one question or one objection you always get. Go ahead and just throw it at me.
One of the questions I always get is, how can I get my 10?
How can you? Okay, perfect. Well, perfect. Because we just went over how to get 10, right?
Yep.
So, how do you get your 10? Okay, let me also answer it this way too. Great question. It's like we practiced this, but we honestly didn't. So, number one is use your resources, right? It's amazing to me how many people, and I get it. Everybody has different schedules. They have different this and that. If anybody asks you that question and they're not on this call, or they're not going to listen to this call, how serious are they about doing it, right? Number one, I just tell them, use your resources, learn from the people who have their 10, and ask them, how did you get your 10? And then do it. When they tell you what to do it. Don't deviate from what they tell you what to do. That's the biggest, I call it a rookie mistake. If someone who has their 10 or 20 or 30 or 40 or 50, whatever, if they have their people and they tell you how to do it, you may want to listen to that person, right? And so, how do I get my 10? Again, prospect, those previous slides we went through, building the trust, all those things. You don't have to go spend a fortune to do that. The guys that are spending the money are the guys that are earning money and reinvesting back in their business and then taking their 10 into hundreds or thousands. I'm actually going to show you that here in a little bit as well. We'll talk about that. But how do you get your 10? Use your resources. One resource we have is our Facebook page and our YouTube channel. Do you know how much time you could save yourself if you went to our Facebook page, you went over to the files section, and you read it, and you learn this business inside and out, and then this is what you answer, how you answer when somebody asks you, how do I do this? Great question. What's the comp plan look like? What is this? Great question. Go to our our Facebook page, go to the files section. Here it is right here on the left. It says files, about midway down the list on the left. Read the comp plan. Read it. That's how I learned it. So that's how you're going to learn it. I tell people that. That's how I learned it. That's how you're going to learn it. In fact, I wrote it, or, I wrote part of it. Okay, so, but that's how you do it. We've done so much heavy lifting for you guys, it's not even funny. The way to build a big business is to duplicate. But to get your 10, listen to this call. Listen to your leaders. Do what they do and do not deviate from it. If you deviate, you will make mistakes because you may be new, right? That's how you get your 10, and use the resources and teach them how to do the same. I could tell you one thing about leadership I learned years ago. If you don't do it, they won't do it, right? Your people on your team, they are a reflection of you. So if you do not do it, they will. Don't expect them to do it, because they won't many times, unless it's just some entrepreneur out of, someone kind of a diamond in the rough. They might, but the average person won't. They will follow what you do. Great question, John. So any other, ask me one more question, then we'll move on to Cindy or Dell. Any other?
Yeah, I got one more question, John.
Perfect.
A lot of people ask me, when it comes down to individuals trying to go in and get their how can I word it? I just drew a blank there. Come back to me, John. It'll come
Okay,
back.
that's fine. Okay, so Dell, are you there? I know you were driving tonight.
No, I got out early, so I'm home sitting in my office.
Awesome. Okay, go ahead and throw an objection at me.
Oh, the one I always love is it's any form of, well, isn't this a scam or isn't this a pyramid?
Okay, perfect. Okay, I love that question. So I answer that a lot of different ways. Number one, the transparency of the company, right? Number two, I just say, this is what I tell people. We use our real names. You know where we are. We will have a real office here in just a month or so. But here's a profound answer. Research everybody behind this, and you tell me how many times they've gotten themselves in trouble or their followers in trouble, right? We've got people with decades and decades of experience, and they're still around. Okay. Usually, if it's a scam, usually the owners have some kind of something, right? That they've gotten themselves in trouble somewhere down the line, or you don't know who they are, or you don't know where they are. So it's basically about the credibility of the company. Read the bios on all the partners, read the bios on the master members, on everybody. And I just tell people, just research it, read the bios. Now, one thing that's going to make it really easy to answer is when we have the app, right? And we're talking like a week or so away. We can show the savings, like, it doesn't look like much of a scam to me because, look, I'm saving money. And that's why it's also important to lead with the product too, once we have it available to us, because when we can show money, who cares about the pyramid side of it, right? If you lead with the pyramid side of it, you're going to get that question more times than not. That's why I don't lead with that side of it. But that's how I answer the question. I just say, hey, show me something on these leaders or these people where they've gotten themselves in trouble over the last several decades, because their bios and their experience speaks for themselves. But and also learning the difference between what we're doing in a typical MLM on the auto ship, where the 1 to 3%, that one slide I showed you, learn that slide inside and out, and that way you can almost just boom. There's a lot of ways to answer that question, right? The best way is going to be proving to you that you're saving more than you're paying. That's gonna be the best way to do it, right? And then when we get the bank account, the travel, all that, you use the products, you show the savings, that scam question starts withering away. And the more and more as we add to this, the more and more that question disappears. So good questions, guys. Anything else, Del? Everybody gets 2 questions.
It always makes me laugh when somebody has an objection to $38. Well, what am I getting for $38? Well, I see people waste $38 over a period of 2 days on lunches alone.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep, exactly. And when I show people how much the average business costs to startup, that's just the average startup cost. It's not the monthly cost. It's a lot more than $38. But and we kind of already covered that in this call, right? You get the app, you get all that kind of stuff. So just go back and what do I get for $38? You get a lot for $38. And I don't want to go through it again because that'll take 10 minutes. But just listen to the beginning of this call and you will know what you get for $38. Awesome. All right, I'll go to
John.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, my question came back to me, and it's connected to what Dale just asked you. A lot of people ask me about the $38, and how do I convince a person, which I wouldn't try to convince them, but this is the question that they ask. How would I try to convince a person that $38 a month to go about paying $38 every month?
Right. And that's going to be show the savings, right? I mean, I would rather, that's the best answer, show the savings. Because if I don't use a product, I can't show the savings. And that's what I tell people, never, ever, 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 ever make anything up. If you don't use the app, don't tell people you're using the app. If you're not saving, don't tell people you're saving. Don't make it, be honest, be transparent, be ethical. Because if not, that's the first thing that'll come back and bite you right in the butt, right? It always does. Use the product. Show the savings. That $38 should be an afterthought. Get the digital bank account. Use the account. How much money may we save on banking fees and services. We'll find out shortly, right? And think of how this is laid out for us, guys. We've got the app coming out very shortly. Right after that, we've got the travel stuff. Then we've got the bank stuff. And there may be other products and services, and I won't get into them. I'll let corporate do that. I do know they're going to do everything they could possibly do to help us save as much money as we can. And then after that, then we have the card. And that's going to be the biggest home run of them all, right? So we have all this opportunity to show savings to da-da-da. Now, I get this question a lot too. I'm going to throw another question out there. What are the discounts in my country, right? I get that a lot. So, you know what the best answer is for that? See if anybody has thought about this answer. What are we? We're network marketers. We market online. I'm not a world traveler. I don't know what stores are going to be covered in, Chad or Zimbabwe or what. I don't know. I don't know. And I'm always honest with people. I say, I don't know. When I get the app, I'll know. I know more and more stores are being added, more and more merchants are being added, but this is a simple answer to that question. Sign up people in other countries where you know they're saving money. Find out who's saving money, sign those members up. Go market those members first where you know they're saving money, because guess what? We're network marketers. Go after those individuals. Go online and meet. You know how many friends I have on Facebook from other countries? You know how many people are in my organization that do not live in Utah? I'd say 95 or maybe 99% of my organization do not live in the state I live in. And many of them do not live in the country I live in, right? We're network marketers. Sign a bunch of people up in countries. If you say, hey, I noticed a testimonial on our team Facebook page, and people from this country are saying they're saving more than $38. Maybe I'll start targeting that country. Know your demographic, target market, go after people that it's working really well in those countries. That's what I would do, right? Don't keep yourself in a box. And then go and show your team like, oh my gosh, I've got X amount of members saving all this money in Europe or this place or that place. Now check it out. It may not be your testimony. You may not be saving the money yet, but you can show them 200 people that are, right? And then once it catches up to you and then you get more and more savings, then use it. That's how it's done, right? That's how you do it.
Hey, John.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I got one other quick question that's connected to that. Someone asked in the chat room. Their question is, how much do I have to spend on the average to save at least $38? We are retired and our monthly shopping is very basic.
Right. That's a great question, because I don't know until I see the app. Because basically, if the stores go and they have the coupons, right, whatever's relevant will be priced on the app. So it could be, you may spend $100 and save $38. You may spend $200, $150. I don't know. It depends what you purchase, right? It depends what deals you're chasing. When you go in, the best answer is go into the app, search the item, search the merchant, find out what is in the app, and then go purchase that item if that's an item you want. And what if you save 40% off of one item for $100? You spend $100, you just save 38, right? What if you save 50%? You spend 100, you save $50. So it could be, that number could be anything. It is all across the board, and that's why it's so important we all use the app when we get it. And then we're going to share our testimonials. We are going to create a testimonial post on our Facebook page, and we want to hear testimonials from people all over the world on how much money they're saving on average. We're going to take the average and we're going to make a big marketing campaign out of it. That's what we're going to do. But so the answer on that question is, I don't know. We'll see when the app comes out. We'll use it. But these savings aren't just, it could be all across the board, right? It's whatever those merchants are offering at those times. We identify those by using the product, and then we take advantage of that. So that's the best answer on that one. So I'm going to go ahead and go to the next slide here. So this I found this morning when I was doing some research for this call tonight, and I knew couponing was big, but check this out. How big really is couponing, okay, for many, coupons have strange connotations. Okay, everybody thinks it's the elderly or just a single mom or what are doing this couponing. No, you would be shocked. You would be amazed to see how many people actually coupon. We all like to save money. So if somebody going back, I can't get 10 people, I can't get 10 people, wrong. You won't get 10 people. Just say it. Just be honest. You won't get 10 people. Don't say you can't get 10, because according to these stats, 85% of Americans use coupons. Go to creditcards.com. 36% of millennials and 29% of Generation Z often use coupons. Okay, discounts and coupons came in as a top-ranking tactic for driving loyalty, with 61% of consumers saying they use coupons. Okay, 75% of consumers expect discounts. A lot of people, honestly, I've seen it many, many times. I want to buy this, but I'm going to wait for it to go on sale, and then I'm going to buy it. What if you buy one item on sale from our app, and it's a $200 item and you save 40%? You just saved $80. That's twice your monthly cost. That does not include the savings you may receive on the bank. That does not include the savings you may receive on crypto. That does not include the savings you may receive on travel or any other products and services. And you may be able to reach that with one item. One item, two items, we'll see. We'll see what happens, right? But don't think for a minute couponing is not huge. It is a massive. Groupon went to $1.9 billion in 18 months, just to give you guys an idea. We are sitting on something phenomenal right now. We're doing it for a measly $38 a month. Okay? I haven't even talked about the commission tonight. You know why? Because I don't need to. I shouldn't need to. We are trying to, how do we approach people? We approach people by approaching them with the savings. If we're making money on a downline, that's another people. How much money are you making? Well, okay, I'm making X amount of dollars. Some people may come in for the savings. Some people may come in for the business. Some people may come in for both. But identify who those people are and learn how to approach those individuals. That's why it's so important to know your demographic. Okay, how much did I save? How much did my members save? That's the stuff we're going to talk about, and that's what I'm talking about. The testimonials page is going to be powerful. When we put it on our Facebook, and I'm going to be all over YouTube talking about the savings. I cannot wait to start using this app. I'm dying to use this app because I've got a big mouth, and I am going to share it. Okay, and I'm going to be all over the place talking about the savings, and use the testimonials so that they don't just hear from me. I want them to hear it from everybody. Okay, how much are we saving? Now, moving on to cryptocurrency. The biggest concern in cryptocurrency is our greatest solution. That's security, right? That's being hacked. That's being all these things, people's crypto being stolen. Well, guess what? It's insured. With us, it's insured. Again, I asked this question before. How many people would pay $38 a month to know their crypto is insured? I bet a lot of big traders might. People that have a lot of cryptocurrency might. How much would they be willing to pay if they can get $1 per trade? How much would they be willing to pay if they're receiving $5.95 flat every time they cash out? What's that worth to them? How much money would they save if I know right now I can go to Coinbase, I can cash out $1,000 in crypto. It will cost me about $40, somewhere around 4%, or whatever it is. Well, I just spent 38, and so say I spent $5.95 plus 38, so I spent $43. So I'm out $3. I go buy one item, I save $50. Now I'm up $47. Oh, and by the way, I'm making commission because I learned how to approach people with this, and I learned how to help them see the value of what their $38 is bringing to them, right? That's key. You've got to learn this business inside and out. Use your resources. Why is $38? What do I get? Okay. So according to the U.S. Small Business Administration, most micro business costs around $3,000, while most home-based franchises cost $2,000 to $5,000 just to start. That does not include their monthly overhead. Okay, you can go start a business. I can tell you one time it might make you guys sick. I became a franchisee. I spent $250,000 just to build out a shell of a company, like the building. I had to build it out. $250,000. Then I had to make $55,000 a month just to break even. Okay, so that's why I say, hey, if you target business owners, they understand you have targeted their pain. Believe you me, it's expensive to have a normal business. I can get into a business for $38 and I can say, hey, I could save more than I pay. And even if I don't buy a couple bucks here and there, what if I only save $30? So what, I'm out $8, but I still have the opportunity to do this or that, right? But it's this far stretch from thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars, okay? So some of the best advice you can get whenever you start a small business or any business is have a plan to cover your expenses in the first month, okay? Identify your customers before you open the door so you can have a way to start covering those expenses. Well, how do we do it? We can save more than we pay. Because in reality, it's really the same thing. If you're saving money and you're not spending it, but you're buying and purchasing items you may already purchase, you're pretty much breaking even on your business. Because money is money. I don't care if it comes from saving. I don't care if it comes from earning. It doesn't matter. Money, at the end of the day, $30 is $30. $40 is $40. Doesn't matter where it came from. Still money, right? Okay. Also, when you're branding yourself, you are your business. So if you don't know this business inside and out, frontwards and backwards, how do you expect your prospects to understand what you're trying to explain to them if you don't have the answers to simple questions because you didn't read the pinned post on our Facebook page, or you didn't go through the file section, or you didn't reach out to your upline, right? The only person to blame is you if you're not successful in this business, because there's a lot of reasons why you can do really well in this business. Okay, quality of product or service, we've kind of hammered that tonight. Brand name and logo. Well, with the revvcard, one thing I'm going to be doing a lot for this team is branding. I know corporate's going to do a lot of branding. Corporate hired Vid Army, V-I-D Army. They are professional videographers. They're going to come in and yes, and people ask, why haven't you guys started this yet? Why haven't you? We don't have a product for another week. Give corporate time to get the product, go in there, and then they can brand the product for you. And then you can use that branding to promote the product. Know your audience. This is something I just copied and pasted. Man, it sounds very familiar to what I've been teaching. Consistent messaging. I do these calls every week. How often do you guys do a call for your team? How often do you train your team? How many hours do you spend with your teams to help develop your people? These are all questions you can ask yourself. Align your employees or your members. Hire professionals. Let's talk about that a little bit. So one thing I've promoted in the past, and I will always promote, when you start making money in this business, don't go run out and spend it all. Don't go buy yourself a fancy dinner to celebrate and like, oh my gosh, guess what you just spent? You just spent your potential marketing budget. That's what you just spent. Okay? You got to be really careful. And when you're a business owner, when you start, you should be frugal. On every slide I have, I should write frugal. Frugal. Okay, the business owners that do really well over time are frugal. They're tight. You can call them cheapskates, call them whatever you want. Didn't want to call them? I call them successful. Okay, learn that when you earn money in your business, that your business owns that money. You don't. That's your company's money. Treat it as such. And if you take minimum to begin with in this company of 25%, you put it back into your business, and you can go hire professionals because now I have enough money to do it, and then run your business or learn how you can become a professional. We talked a lot about funnel systems. We talked about search engine optimization. Go back and watch my training from a couple of weeks ago. We get into that stuff like crazy. I'm not going to get into that too much tonight, because I just want to teach people how to approach people and how to talk to people and how to answer questions and the resources that are available to you. Okay, there is a tremendous amount of value in what we're talking about tonight. Okay, but you've got to learn it and you've got to apply it for yourself. If you spend $38 a month, pretend you're spending $38,000 a month. Work this business hard. You're going to get out of it what you put into it. It's like any other business. One thing people like about me at times, I don't just, throw stuff out there. I don't BS them. I speak the truth, or I try to. If you want to make a lot of money, work hard. But use the resources for you. We've done so much heavy lifting for you where you can literally learn the business, lead with the product, get people on our Facebook page, tell them to go to the file section, read this, read that, learn this, learn that, answer some questions. But now you don't have to do all that stuff. You just, this is where you go. This is where you go. If they come back and say, no, I don't want to do that, then say, you know what, next, move on. Because of the 80-20 rule. What does that mean? Well, this is reality. It's sad, but it's true. Okay. The people that do the least take 80% or more of your time. Okay. And if you think I'm making that up, then test it. Set a timer. The people that do the least amount of work take 80% or more of your time. As a business owner, you cannot be afraid to offend. I mean, you don't want to offend anyone or stuff, but you got to learn when to say, you know what, you've got to do some of this, your own legwork, man. You've got to pick up some of this. Meet me halfway at least, okay? Because if they don't, they're going to take all of your time and your business will suffer. It will suffer, okay? I spend the majority of my time with leaders. Why? Because A, we think alike. B, we get a lot more done. C, we're going to build a massive organization. And D, it's going to help everyone else because of the potential of spillover, right? And so you spend the majority of your time with your leaders, and the people that want to become leaders, identify who those people are and train them and teach them, but don't do everything for them. One thing I love about this comp plan is it's synergistic, not socialistic, right? So why does everybody have to get 10 in the pen? If you guys, has anyone thought about why? Why can't he just say, you're just automatically all 10-tier qualified? Why doesn't he do that? You guys thought about that question? I'll tell you why. Because people will get lazy. They'll become complacent and no one will do anything, and we won't get anywhere. That's why. There's got to be synergy, but there's got to be qualifications. That it has to happen. It has to, or else it doesn't work. Right? That's how this works. Duplicate. How do I duplicate? Well, right now you send them to our Facebook page. You go to the files section on the left of the page. You read the pinned post. Pinned means pinned. It's stuck. It's like stuck on a wall. Think of a pin being stuck through a piece of paper. It's right there on the wall. It's hanging up. Right there is going to be the very top post on the page is our pinned post. Read it. Have people read it. Duplicate. You know how many closings we've had from our Facebook page? A lot. Okay? A lot of people get information, especially when they do it correctly. And you can tell them, hey, I read the pinned post. I read the files section. So you know what? You need to do it too. Be the leader. They will follow you. But if you are not willing to do that, don't expect them to do it. Okay? So again, what does $38 get me? It gets me the revvcard when it comes. It gets me the opportunity to market to a multi-billion-dollar industry in the world of couponing. Okay? It gets me access to this Facebook page that has been built for you to duplicate your efforts. And on top of everything, we're going to get all the videos from corporate. Think of this ad right now. Think about how effective this would be versus what, go read what's out there right now, but think about how effective this would be. Once the bank account opens, which is a couple months, we don't have to get our 10 tomorrow. I mean, the faster, some of us will get it faster than others. And for those who need to wait for a couple more tools, then fine. Just be patient, wait for the tools. It'll come. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Okay? It'll come. I promise you, it'll come. So this is a great ad. You show up your bank card, your Rev Bank, R Bank, whatever they're going to call it. You show them that it's a real bank account. You show them your savings. You have a picture of you standing in front of the bank. If you're not near the bank, call me. I'll send you a picture of me standing in front of the bank. I'll post it on Facebook. I like selfies. Everybody likes selfies, right? Me standing in front of the bank. Okay. And just say, oh my gosh, I'm saving X amount of dollars a month, and thank you, whatever bank that I'm standing right behind. That's effective. Okay. What's not effective is, hey, I'm looking for 10 liters. PM me. Right? You've got to learn what's effective. What are they hearing versus what you are saying? Okay. Cindy, are you on the call? Cindy, if not.
Yes, I'm here.
Perfect. Okay. Cindy, throw another concern at me that we haven't talked about tonight.
Well, a lot of the you leave me till last, so of course everybody else the most asked questions. But I just am getting a lot of questions about the back office and the countries, and when are things going to get better in the back office? When can we see our directs? When are they going to improve the back office? And when is this country or that country going to come on? So other than the ones that everyone else has already asked, that's the ones that I get a lot.
Okay. So, and which are great questions, but on this call, we're teaching people how to get their 10 in the pen. But let's address some of those, because again, that's why, like I said, I want everybody in mute. I wanted to really focus on how do I get my 10 and how do I help them get 10. Right? That's the nature of this call. So, but let's talk about that a little bit. In fact, I'm glad you brought that up, and I'll answer those questions here in a second. But let's go to our Facebook page, for example. I'm going to give you guys a real example here. Okay. We created that page for one reason only, to promote our network, to build people up, to give them a place where they can go and feel safe, where they can duplicate their business. So one thing, and I've taken some heat for it, but you know what? I don't care. I'm fine. I've blocked people from that page. I've done that. Why? Because sometimes people get a little impatient or upset, and they'll like post this and post that. And usually I'll let them do it once or twice, and then after I'm like, you know what? That's it. Okay. The reason why we're so stickler on that is because a couple things. A, integrity. B, safety. So this page, if you use these tools available to you and you use them correctly and wisely, there's no reason in the world you can't get your 10 people. There's none, unless you're not putting the effort into it to learn, to train, to develop. But you go on that page, I will ask people this question. If I get frustrated on Tuesday and I write one of those comments and it's just bashing this or bashing that, then on Thursday, I invite somebody to go onto that page. So say, all right, John on Tuesday wrote this, which is very negative and bad. John on Thursday invited so-and-so into this group. And so-and-so saw John, the guy that invited him into the group, seeing that same very person being negative in that group. How much credibility has John just lost? Okay. How is that also affecting other prospects in that group? People are brand new to this group. The last thing they need to see is, hey, this isn't working. Hey, what's going on with this? Hey, what's going on? That's not what that place is for. We need to protect our new members and our prospects and give them a safe haven, a safe place where they can go and duplicate their business. So please do not make those posts on those pages or you'll be off that page. That's how it works, right? And it's because we've got to treat it like a business. Another reason, and we're not mean, we're not nasty, and I've had some people say, well, John just has soft skin. Don't say anything about I promise you I don't have soft skin. Okay. You can call me, you can bash me all you want. Just don't put it on our page for the new people to see. Okay. Call me directly and swear and do whatever you want. I don't care. I actually have pretty thick skin. It's fine. Just don't put it on that page. But I just wanted to create a place where we can help duplicate until corporate comes and does everything corporate's going to do. So let's segue into these questions. The list of countries are coming as fast as we can. Please do not make the mistake that thinking that corporate is the one dragging their heels, because they're not. Every single country has its own set of hurdles, okay? We're not just doing a network marketing, we're setting up a bank, okay? So we have to make sure the last thing we want to do is sign somebody up in country ABC and not be able to pay somebody in country ABC. And I'm not just talking about payment processing. I'm talking about, hey, we need to make sure that ATM in that country, and when we go to pay on the banking side, they can receive it. We're protecting you. We're moving as fast as we can. But if a country comes back and says, hey, I need you to do this first or that first, that's them. That's not on corporate. So don't go in and say, oh, what's taking you guys so long? I can tell you one thing. We're in soft launch. We have thousands of members in soft launch. We've done a lot of stuff in soft launch. This is moving faster than any soft launch I've ever seen, and it's not even close. List of countries. There'll be more countries listed probably in the next couple of days. I wait for corporate to tell me what I can and can't say, but they're working on it. There was another one, Europe. Europe, we thought, hey, it's going to be done, and then the EU threw something at us last minute. We're getting that, working through that, and Europe will be on there. I've submitted several countries to corporate. They'll be added on. As far as the back office, the marketing, again, on this call, what did we say? Let us get the product. We've hired VidArmy. There'll be people like myself in the office working with the marketing guys. There'll be a whole marketing team in the office. We're in a soft launch. Let it happen. Be a little patient. Most of the marketing you see is stuff that we've created and sent to corporate for compliance. Now I believe it's compliance@rnetwork.io. Compliance@rnetwork.io is our compliance email now. But, we're just kind of, we're doing 100 things all at one time, with the staff that we have. Okay, so, but these items will come. Let us get out of soft launch. Let us get into pre-launch, and let us, build this, give you all the materials you could possibly want. In the meantime, learn these principles, apply these principles, go out, get your 10, develop them, get them ready. And like I said, if you need to wait for the app, that's fine. That's almost here. Whatever you need to do, whatever your comfort level is, and then push yourself a little bit. Get outside your comfort level a little bit. But learn, duplicate, and listen to what I'm telling you tonight. I promise you, I've had a lot of success in sales. And I don't say that to boast. I say that because I'm trying to basically, help you understand that it's important to listen. And in fact, I've been in sales for decades, and I still listen to other salespeople. If you ever get to the point where you feel like you know everything or you're no longer teachable, then you are no longer successful. Okay? We can all learn from somebody else. All of us. Be humble enough to know, hey, I do this, but you know what? Maybe I didn't think of this or I didn't think of that. We all learn from each other. Okay? But again, on the countries, they're coming. Do not sign up until you see your country on that drop-down list. If you've already done it, those are really mostly countries that will be on that list shortly, so you should be just fine. But until your country's on the list, don't sign up, don't do anything. It'll be on the list shortly. The goal is to get every country in the world on here, right? Outside of maybe a couple that we'll never be able to get into because of what's going on in those countries, not us. But it's coming quickly, guys. There's no bad. Oh, and I want to end the call. First of all, thank everybody for coming out. But I want to end the call this way too. Another question I get is this. Where am I in the matrix? Where am I in this? Where am I at? Where am I positioned? Richard got up a couple weeks ago, and he was right. Maybe in old plans it mattered. This one, it doesn't matter as much, and I'll tell you why. I've joked with members. I said, I'll trade you positions. I'm at the very top, right underneath corporate. Guess how much spillover I'm going to get? None. Zero. A, I build too fast. B, we're the ones doing a lot of the marketing, and so corporate's going to give us a lot of materials, but we're essentially doing a lot of the marketing. We're doing a lot of this stuff. I will never get any spillover. Zero. So do you think my position is better than yours? No. Why? Because you're underneath somebody who may do something. I'm underneath somebody who's not going to do the marketing. They're going to give me the tools, but we're all going to have the tools. So even where my position is at, I have had zero spillover. I know for a fact there's people on this call tonight that have already had it because they're underneath some of us as opposed. So if you're down 5 tiers, 10 tiers, say thank you, thank you, thank you. Because if we can teach duplication, we can teach how to lead with the product, and we can be in front of something this amazing, and we share this, and we're not negative, we're always positive, we're moving forward. The only thing that's going to kill this is if we all say, forget this isn't working right, I'm done. Okay, it's our attitude, it's our outlook, because the product is great, and it's going to be wonderful when we start seeing more products and everything. Okay, trust the process, trust the people behind it. These people have been doing this a long time. They've been very successful. Learn to trust a little bit, learn to let go a little bit, and follow the leaders, and we'll all be more successful, and the company will be more successful, which means you'll be more successful. So with that, guys, it's been an hour, so I'll go ahead and let you go. If you have any questions, go ahead and post them on the Facebook. I will be recording this, so